What up, everybody? Everybody, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the What's Up, Everybody podcast. Here with my co-host, Sweet T. What's up, Tony?
What's up, man? Never heard you call me that before, Tony.
Tony? I know, I never
It's a
call
new
you
deal.
Tony. I know, it's like everybody calls me WB in my family. They don't call me Steven, so it's weird for people when they call me Steven.
Yeah.
But yeah, is that a new hat, dude?
No, it's not.
It looks it. I don't. For some reason, it just looks like you. Maybe it's the hair. Maybe it's the long hair that you got.
Definitely.
Tony's going with the hippie look now. He's trying to get the man bun, I think, going on.
Anything wrong with the man bun, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
My wife's movie star crush is Jason Momoa.
So you're trying to look as close to that as
Yeah,
possible.
I'm trying to look exactly like Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I think you may. You're a little more shredded than he is.
I
So-
would say majorly more shredded than he is.
I can tell.
So yeah, you know.
Good Christmas. Hope everybody had an excellent Christmas, man.
Yes.
You know what? This was the first time. Well, I wouldn't say first time, but in a long time where we didn't go somewhere for Christmas.
I know.
And let me tell you, it was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I had a great time just doing Sunday through Friday. I woke up, got a cup of coffee, had like 7 mimosas every morning, and it was great. Did nothing. I literally sat in my robe all day.
Yeah.
All day. It was awesome. Playing video games and I watched Mandalorian all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just super relaxing.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially after that weekend.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I needed a break after that one.
Oh,
Goodness
man,
gracious.
I
But
know,
before we
dude.
get into that, yeah, I mean, it was definitely different from what we're used to. We only have 2 weeks a year, really, where we get to go on vacation. So every time we get that chance, 4th of July week and then Christmas break, we get to go somewhere and not be here, because all the other holidays, just because the kids don't have school doesn't mean like
We're not working.
we're not teaching or whatever. So we're here, we're running camps, stuff like that. Summertime, like I said, we don't get to go anywhere except for that 1 week where we can shut down completely. So it was definitely different this year, not going anywhere and being able to just do nothing.
Yeah.
It made it feel like it went a lot slower, which was good.
It was good, because normally when we go somewhere, like we'll go to Disney, we'll do something, man, and it's nonstop. You know, if we go on
Nonstop.
vacation with my mom and my aunt or with the family, we're doing stuff at like 8 a.m., you know,
Yeah.
all day.
Up
So
early, out late, no breaks.
we actually try and get home like 2 days early so we have some room to recover from our vacation.
Yeah, the vacation from our vacation.
Yeah, man, it's always crazy. But it was good just to kind of relax a little bit.
100%. Especially after that weekend. So, I mean, let's talk about it, dude.
Well, I guess if you guys know, I lost my fight, got manhandled for 3 rounds. Yeah, man, it was a sucky experience, to be honest with you. Like, you know, I don't know why this happens, but when, you know, I had a great camp. Camp was awesome. I was in the greatest shape of my life, you know, was in shape, felt strong. And then, you know, things start to kind of get a little weird whenever you're getting ready to go out, you're in the back kind of warming up, and your legs start to feel tingly. That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign. My weight cut was great, actually. I got down on weight super fast, way easier than my last one. And weight cut was good, but I think maybe it's had something to do with my rehydration. I'm not sure. But I felt exhausted, felt super tired. Right out of the first round, I was tired. Leading up to, I didn't want to say anything to my coaches or anything that my legs were feeling tingly.
At that point in time, what can you do about it?
I know. I didn't want to bring it into fruition. I didn't be like, guys, my legs are tired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't want to say it, put it out there in the ether. I just wanted to keep it in and not say anything to my coaches because I didn't want them to worry. But why? Like, why does that have to happen for this fight? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm supposed to go out there. Everybody's expecting me to go out there and just put a whooping on this guy. And then He ends up throwing me around for 3 rounds. I don't know why. Hopefully something better will come out of it, you know? I mean,
well, I think right off the bat, I mean, it's like for one thing about the weight cut, it was funny because I wasn't the only one that noticed this, but they were doing like a holiday thing, like, hey, what's up? You know, this is Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Merry Christmas or whatever to you guys, or they went around to you and Cub and Derek Lewis.
Yeah, we did. They had they did one where instead of what was it, Elf on the Shelf, they did a Swanson on Thompson.
Well, I mean, this was like even after your weight cut, you guys were sitting in the back and they were going around to everybody, and they went to Cub. And he was fine, you know, what's up, Cub Swanson? Just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas or whatever it is. Then it went to Derek Lewis. Then it went to somebody else. Then it went to Bilal Muhammad. And then it went to you. And of all of the people, you could tell just like in your voice, like you were the only one that was like really affected by that weight cut.
Yeah.
Just
you
from
could hear
sounding.
it.
Like I know your weight cuts, and when you start to get real dehydrated, your voice leaves. And if you watch that video, everybody sounded normal except for you. So I was like, dang, man. I never realized, because you're a pretty lean guy, that it's still difficult for you to get to 170.
Yeah, it is. I mean, even though this was an easier weight cut, it's always a struggle, you know. We were trying something different. The weight cut did last a little longer than normal. It took 4 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Normally it's like hour and a half, maybe 2. We were trying something a little different. Didn't break the sweat early off like we wanted to, so it did take a little longer. But you know, I got down in weight. I felt okay. My voice was changing. My face did look a little sunk in. We got a bunch of pictures of me, my face, you know, leading up to the weight cut, and actually during the weight cut. But it was the rehydration that's just difficult. You know, back in the past, it was kind of like an unwritten rule. Or an untalked about thing that before USADA, we were allowed IVs, you know, and it was kind of something we did back in our hotel rooms. Everybody did it. And it was just such an easier way to get those fluids back, and you felt so much better, like instantly with the IVs. And now having to do everything orally, it's difficult. It takes longer. You don't know if you've drank it enough. You know,
even when you do drink, your body does weird things with the fluid, trying to retain it. Or are you retaining it, or are you getting rid of it?
Are you peeing it out? You know, instantly. Sometimes it kind of goes through you. So I don't know. I don't. And that's what scares me the most, is that I don't know why. Because I've done it orally before and I've been fine. And then sometimes it's just, I don't know if it's the older I get, because my last few have been pretty tough.
Do you think it's because of your age? I mean, anybody in there, you know, logically would be like, yeah, well, he's getting older. The body doesn't function as well when it gets older.
Yeah.
You don't look older, but you still are getting older.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe that's starting to play a little of effect in your cuts?
I don't like to say it, but maybe a little. And I think it is just I don't know. You know, like I said, I got down in weight and I felt okay. Better than normal, better than my last one. I think that's what I'm kind of gearing it off of. I felt better than my last one.
Yeah.
And
your last
I don't know
one,
if you guys
projectile vomited everywhere.
I projectile vomited in front of the whole UFC roster. I had to get in it was 120 degrees outside. This is during the Burns fight. He had to take me to the it was right after that. I had to projectile vomited, and then they put me in an ambulance.
Just to make sure
our vitals were okay.
It was like 120
degrees. There was no, and I had to sit there in the ambulance just to make sure my vitals were okay while I'm trying to drink water, and it was 140 degrees outside in the ambulance. There was no AC. It was just terrible.
Yeah, because if you're dying, you don't need AC, bruh.
Yeah, I know. I was sweating. It was terrible, but it went a lot better. But I know I felt tired right out of the first round. I was exhausted. Shoulders were done. After the fight, I had to do some signing papers. I couldn't hold the pen. Could not hold the pen. Like, my forearms were just dead.
Now,
I mean, did I look at it? I haven't watched the fight. Did I look exhausted?
Yeah, you look pretty weak.
And what's crazy is normally, and this is going through my head, like whenever I spar, even when I spar with Chris, or even when I spar with guys like who are just like grinders and, you know, wrestlers who just try and grind you. When I defend the takedown, you know, I can create scrambles, and once I release, I'm okay. Like I usually make my opponents tired just from the scrambling that I do. You know, he just wasn't getting tired, and I was just exhausted.
Well, that's kind of his thing, right?
Yeah.
But you're used to fighting guys like that kind of stay in your face. So,
and I know, leading up to the fight, I had guys in my camp like Chris and his buddy Tom, who's, a 185er. They walk around about 215, 220. He's a 3-time All-American and just relentless, this guy.
mm-hmm.
And I went 5 minute rounds.
Yeah.
Fine. So I think we got to do something maybe a little different for the rehydration. I don't know. I don't know.
Just get in touch with Tyler Minton, and I'm sure he can.
Yeah.
He's been around the game a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, do some different stuff. Maybe you have to walk around even lighter. Like remember you were saying, you heard Colby walks around at like 185.
Yeah.
He only cuts 15 times. Like he walks around at 185.
Yeah, and he's got cardio for days.
You know what I mean?
So I think I might have to do that. Just start walking around at 185 instead of 195. I don't know if that will help, but I think
because you always have to like cut to cut.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't cut a lot. Like 195 to 170 throughout the course of an entire camp is really not a whole lot when you got guys who cut from 210 to 170
right.
like Woodley used to do or whatever, those guys. Like I saw something where Dustin Poirier, when I don't know where he starts whenever he starts his cut, but whenever he steps back in the cage, he fights at 155. He said he's weighing like 180.
That's crazy.
Or something when he's back in the cage. Like
yeah.
I don't believe that. I think that's like inflated.
Yeah.
He
probably walks around, not in camp. Probably
there's no way he gains back 30 pounds in a day.
I've never done that. I've never weighed exactly like they'll weigh you before you leave the hotel to go to the venue day of fight, and I always weigh with all my clothes on. Just weigh with your clothes on, blah, whatever. And me, I usually weigh naked. Mm-hmm. I weigh naked, so I know exactly. I weigh in the morning. Even now when I'm not in camp, I'll weigh in the morning just to make sure where my weight's officially at.
Yeah.
And I was still like with all my clothes on, I was like 183, 184.
On fight day, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you does that have like a psychological effect on you?
Not really. The best shape I think the best I've ever felt. I was walking around. I was struggling to stay at 185. I was walking around at 182, 183, 184 when I fought Johnny Hendricks. And that was the strongest I felt, the best in shape I felt when I was walking around with that lower
also
weight.
5 years ago.
It was 5 years ago.
6 years
that's
ago.
Not that long, though.
It's like the difference between 10 years old and 15 years old or 15 years old and 20 years old. It's like,
yeah, it is.
It can be.
I guess when you look at it like that. Yeah. But, that's the first time I think in my UFC fight career where I actually just got thrown around.
People were like, yo, this is Matt Brown 2.0, but Matt Brown, no offense, no disrespect, you actually fought back that dude.
Yeah.
It seemed like versus Bilal, you were just like
trying to survive.
Not even trying to survive because he didn't really do anything that was really looked threatening to where he had you in a crucifix for like half a second, but you got your arm out. It wasn't like a big deal. Except for the end of the first round when you had that full back mount, it was like, oh, dang. But I think Herb and I obviously could see those punches weren't hitting you because
they weren't hurting. They were not hurting at all.
But still, it was just like kind of like, oh, crap, he's in this position. Like the referee kind of has to step in, but Herb being a veteran, he was like, these shots really aren't doing much.
And I'm sitting there doing this.
These guys are veterans.
I'm just doing anything I can to keep.
So it wasn't like you were necessarily just surviving. It was just like you were just kind of like you weren't even trying to survive. You were just like dead. You were just like done. It's like you were sleeping out there.
Yeah. And I hate that feeling. I do not like that feeling. That's the reason I tried to get in as best shape as I can before going out there because I do not like that feeling. I learned that from the Matt Brown fight. And so it's like, I lose to Gilbert Burns, and I'm like, I want to go out there and just crush this guy. Go out there and do it. You know what I mean? And I feel terrible. Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
But I only think about that for maybe that night, maybe the next day. But then after that, it's like, what happened?
What can you do about it?
What can I do about it?
Except go back, kind of like what we're doing now. Go back with your coaches,
yeah.
which you haven't really met with because it's been the holidays and everything. But go back, look at the film, look at the coaches, look at the training camp, and that's the good thing about losing is you can like go back and be like, okay, like when you're as skilled as you are as a fighter.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. You know that and your fans know this too. Like what we saw out there in the cage wasn't you, so something happened or something different was going on. So you got to be able to look back, figure it out, pinpoint it, change it.
Yeah.
Calculate it, move into the next one, and be
that's all you can do, man. And a lot of guys dwell on it, man. They dwell on that loss and they think about it too much. But maybe that night, the next day, I'm a little disappointed, but then I'm back to normal. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's get back after it. So I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm definitely disappointed in myself. I don't know why I'm disappointed in myself. I just know that I'm better than that. I know that I'm better.
Well, it's good to feel that too. You don't want to brush it off too flippantly, so that you're
and
not
I'm that
like,
way. And I'm that way.
Yeah, you are.
I know.
You're like, whatever. It's the next day. It's over with. But this one, whenever you called us after the fight, you could definitely tell that this was one of the most disappointed you've ever been, especially recently when every kind of loss that you've had has always been kind of like. There's always been not really an excuse, but kind of like a scapegoat. Like, well, okay, Anthony Pettis, it was one punch. Darren Till, he missed weight, and it was in, freaking his hometown Liverpool. Gilbert Burns basically just held you the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's always kind of, but this one, it was just like, bro, he just beat your butt for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, he like just nonstop. Just
picked me up, slammed me, punched me in the face.
Beat your butt for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So you can't really say like, well, you can say, yeah, my legs were a little bit tired, but at the end of the day, it was like,
nope. Yeah.
100%. You know what I mean?
And that's what you could tell. That's why I was probably that, felt that way. When I called you guys after the fight, I was like, man, like, dude, first time I've ever felt like somebody just threw me around like that. Like nobody else that I fly has done that. Nobody. Mm-mm. So, got to go back to work on some stuff, guys. Got to work on some stuff. But, all you can do is look at it and move forward and change some things and get better. So, yeah, man.
Well, now that we got that out of the way. Yeah, but no, it was definitely not a fun one to watch. But
it wasn't fun being in there.
Yeah, that's right.
Y'all try that. Try being in there. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Feeling exhausted like that, and then feel like there's nothing you can do. Just take it. Because I'm not going to tap. I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to take the shots. And they didn't hurt. Yeah. Like none of the punches he threw hurt.
Yeah.
So I was just like, taking punches. I mean, again, I feel like it's the thing now that me and my opponent, you got to sit there and punch each other in the face from now on.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I did the burns and.
Don't make it a thing. Please change that thing.
Yeah. All right.
You punch them in the face more.
Yeah.
I was looking too, like after Tyron Woodley, your next 5 fights were all strikers. And then you fight Gilbert Burns, and then you fight Bilal Muhammad, 2 like pressure, not necessarily wrestlers, but grapplers, people who are trying to take you down. Do you think that kind of threw you off a little bit? Like you fought Masvidal, then you fought Till, then you fought Pettis, then you fought Luque, then you fought Neal, all strikers. And then it's like, here's the best jiu-jitsu player in the world. Fight him now.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, well, you just lost like that to him. Let's give you another wrestler.
Well, I think leading into those, like I've dealt with wrestlers before. It's just that this is a different. They came in with a different game plan than the other guys, right? The other guys were willing to mix it up. They were just looking just
not necessarily, not like it was a. Not like it's a bad game plan because obviously it's working.
Yeah,
but
no,
they're like trying to strike with this guy.
Right. And I'm just gonna be relentless with my takedown and just hold him here. Not even look for when Gilbert, I was disappointed because that's how I lost. He just wanted to hold me there. Yeah. It just.
But again, did what he did to have to win.
It won, and Bilal, like I said before, took a note out of his book and did the same thing.
Well, he was trying
doing
to
more.
Advance positions. Yeah. He was throwing strikes.
Not just holding me.
Yeah, so, he was trying to work to different stuff. And, it just looked like he didn't have anything for it.
Yeah.
It just looked like.
Yeah, it
You're
sucks.
sleeping out there.
I know it, dude. At one point in time, I was asleep.
Yeah.
You know, when he had my back and I was like this.
Yeah, you
I
were
fell
like
asleep.
napping.
I was asleep right there. But
Dang, man.
he was punching me to try and wake me up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was one of my most disappointing performances for sure.
But like you said, gotta get with the coaches.
Yep. I'll be back, man. I'll be back better. I can't believe people are saying that I'm old and I should retire.
I mean, that's what happens in the MMA community, bro. You're at the top and then you're at the bottom. One fight. You're only as good as your last fight.
Yeah.
So that's just the thing to go to because you're an older fighter. And when an older fighter starts losing, I'm sure when Glover Teixeira got pieced up and knocked out by Alexander Gustafsson, the people were me like, bro, you should retire. You're 38 years old.
Yeah. No,
he's the light heavyweight champ of the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like the easiest thing to say. Retire. You've been in the fight game since you were 15 years old.
Yeah.
You could probably retire and be like, yeah, but you know, your coaches know, we know that there's more left in you. And
oh, dude, I feel like there's a lot. Like I can sit here and I feel like people that do retire, when they sit down in the chair, they just feel like they should retire.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the body's beat up.
Like you got fighters who should retire.
Yeah.
Like you got fighters still fighting who should retire because they're getting knocked out, because they're getting rocked every fight, because they're just getting toe up and they look rough after every fight. You got your butt kicked by that dude, but I mean, you have what, like a scratch over your eye? You didn't get concussed, you didn't get rocked, you didn't get.
No, but when I sit here and I'm sitting down in this chair, like I feel great. I feel fine.
Mm-hmm.
I feel fine. I feel better than I was 5 years ago. I just don't get it.
It's a new game too. The fight game's
man.
evolving. It's kind of like that other, like when you were coming up, it was the turning of an era in terms of strikers and like specialists coming through, and now 5 years later you have another shift in the fighter. You have super wrestling heavy fighters taking over.
Like high level. I mean, you got Hamzat, who's a champion.
And all them Russians coming in.
Oh yeah.
Just taking over. You got yeah, it's just like you got all these like grappling, striking specialists like Charles Oliveira. Like you got to be able to do some
more than just one. You can't just be a single specialist. You got to have, you got these guys who are good strikers, good jiu-jitsu, or good jiu-jitsu and just amazing wrestling.
Because MMA, thanks to you guys, is becoming like an official sport. Kids are like, hey, Mom, I want to do MMA when I get older. So we even see it here. We want people calling us, like my kid's 10 years old. He wants to do BJJ. He wants to do MMA. All right.
There you go.
That's the thing now.
Yeah.
Kids aren't just like, they want to do just kickboxing or they want to do just jiu-jitsu. They want to fight MMA one day. So we know that to be a good MMA fighter, they got to have this, this, and this. So kids are starting that a lot younger now. It's like
it's a good thing.
Rory McDonald was like the first of his kind. Now it's like everybody's Rory McDonald's.
Yeah.
And they're all just doing everything all the time.
That's awesome.
Of course, in Russia, it's like their national sport.
Dude, what's it, Sambo?
Fighting and
which is basically MMA with a gi.
Yeah, so it was like even harder.
I know, which is awesome. I mean, I like to see the evolution. I just got to keep evolving too.
Yeah, adaptation, improvisation.
But your weakness.
It's not your technique.
What movie, guys? Oh man! By the way, I saw
good segue there.
I saw it.
I have not seen it, but I heard I shouldn't see it.
You shouldn't see it. I wouldn't spend money to go see that in theater. Matrix 4. Would not go see that.
That's a dumb
By the way,
shame.
I just spoiled it for you guys. It was Matrix. But it was weird. It was just so weird. Now him and Trinity, spoiler alert, guys, him and Trinity are like she can fly now. Like, why is she be able to fly? Why can she fly? And I mean, is she the one too?
She's the second one.
She's the second one.
She's the female one.
I don't know. Like Morpheus comes back as like an agent, but he becomes good, but a different face.
Is it still Lawrence Fishburne?
No, it's not him. He's the guy in the commercial, that's supposed to be him, but he comes back as like, he's Morpheus, but he comes back as like an agent, and he finds himself like, why am I an agent? He ends up helping them. It's weird, really weird. They reformed the Matrix. It's like a different Matrix now. They redid it, So I guess there are different rules. So I guess that's why Trinity can fly. I got to watch some YouTube breakdowns of it to really wrap my head around it because I've only seen it once. And it was just like,
Dang. That's a bummer.
Merovingian's in it.
The same guy?
So like when they revamped the new Matrix, they got rid of all the variants in there, all the guys who went there to hide. And some of them still were able to hide, like the Merovingian. Like he comes back, but he's like homeless, and he's not like the Merovingian in the last one. He's not rich, but he still has these crazy powerful variants that were from the last Matrix helping him out. I don't know. There was just a lot of parts where people should have gotten shot because there's bullets flying around everywhere, but none of the good guys get hit. Like everybody survives. Like nobody dies. Come on.
Really?
Yeah. You know, in the first one, like half the crew dies because, you know, you get shot in the Matrix.
You die in real life.
Yeah, but they have like these SWAT guys just, and they're just like from me to you, just, and nobody's getting hit except for the bad guys. Come on, man.
I wonder why they made this one.
I don't know. They could have left it alone and it would have been fine.
Yeah, one of the greatest trilogies of all time.
Yeah, I think he should have just stuck with being John Wick. We should not have gone back to being.
I wonder if they were. Maybe you guys can let us know in the comments below. I wonder if they were like contractually obligated to do a fourth one or something.
Maybe.
And they're just like, well,
all right, let's just do it.
We should stop it at 3, but like we got to do this fourth one because it's in our contract. So let's just bang it out real quick.
Was it 20 years later?
Yeah.
Was it 20 years when the first one came out? 1999 or 2000?
I think.
Maybe 2001?
Maybe.
Yeah. They looked so freaking young 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Golly.
20 years, dude.
I know, dude.
20 years ago, I was 10, bro.
I'm hoping to look like this
different.
20 years from now.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that can happen.
So you wouldn't go see it, huh? You wouldn't recommend?
Not seeing it in the theater. And I'm a movie buff, and I love weird movies like that.
Now, what if you see it? What if this was like the first? Could you see this Matrix and not have seen the other 3?
No.
Like, what
you
if you
have
just
to
roll
see
up
the
in
other
here
3?
like, man, I've never seen this movie. What's the Matrix? Let me go see this one.
Nope, you would never figured it out. You'd be like, what is going on?
Oh,
you have
really?
to see the other 3 movies. It was right after the war. You know, they explain, you know, whenever, like Agent Smith is in it too, and he's like a different guy.
He's
like a program. Actor? Not the same actor, but he's Mr. Smith.
Is he back in? Is he back like tied into the?
He helps Neo. But for some reason, he's stronger than Neo. Like there's this one part, you know, Doogie Howser. What's his name?
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser.
The person that plays Doogie Howser.
Yeah, you know, he plays in White Castle. Oh, what's his name?
The Kumar, Harold and Kumar.
Harold and Kumar, but the other guy who's always in his movies, he's always high.
Yeah, Kumar.
No, he's an actor. He plays in what's his name? Y'all know who it is. Type it in the comments down below if you know who I'm talking about. White Castle, when he's always high, they pick him up in a car and he steals a car.
Yeah. Dude, he's in the commercial. Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
He plays a program in the Matrix. He's the one that designed the new Matrix.
So he's like the new Oracle?
He's like he is not the new Oracle. He's the bad guy, obviously. And he can like slow down time in the Matrix, and Neo's like helpless. But for some reason, Agent Smith, who was like a program in the Matrix, can like move around fine too. But Neo can't, who's supposed to be born in the Matrix and could do whatever he wants to. Like, I don't know if it's because it's a new Matrix program that Neo can't do the same thing.
Did it talk about the robots at all? Did it talk about the machines at all?
So the machines, some of the machines after Neo, you know, fights Agent Smith, because if it wasn't for him beating Agent Smith, he would have taken over the machine world, I guess, because he was a rogue program.
Yeah, but he had already deleted them, though.
So I guess when he sacrificed himself for the humans and the machines, some of the machines in the machine world came over because they're like us, right? They're like their own being, right? All these other machines. So some of those machines are helping the humans out. So you got some good machines helping the humans out. So not Sentinels, but other machines.
Not any of the squids.
Yeah, none of the squids. They're still bad.
Are they like robots? Like
one of them looks like a stingray with like a bird head and it just like floats around everywhere. It's weird. You gotta see the first 3 in order to see this one. I didn't like it.
Well, dang.
I know, bro. You're probably gonna see it anyway.
Well, I have HBO Max.
You might as well.
So might as well.
Let me know what you think.
On there.
Let me know what you guys think if y'all seen the new Matrix.
I don't want it to ruin my taste. See, Matrix
it won't. I look at it separate from the other Matrix.
I mean, you gotta have to. If you grew up in the nostalgia of the Matrix and you grew up on the Matrix, like I was 10 years old when the Matrix came out. If it came out in 2001, which I don't know right now. I remember seeing the Matrix in theaters and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" But then it gradually grew to be like one of my favorite series, like trilogies of all time. The second one kind of sucked.
And then the third because the animation was just terrible.
Yeah, they went real CGI heavy in the second one. Then the third one they kind of toned it down a little bit.
But I thought it was cool that, what was I? I just lost my memory.
Maybe you should
retire. Dude. No, I think I'm drinking this extra like 4 shots of espresso, and my mind's going like a million miles an hour. I was off to the next one before I even got this out. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
So you just like ruined my train of thought
you need to retire, dude. What's going on? Yeah, I think I hit you too many times in the head.
100%, dude.
But but it was I keep it separate. But I thought this was going to be good because everybody, of course, the people are saying the critics are saying it was terrible, like the worst movie ever. But they said that about the very first Matrix, and it ended up becoming one of the best movies of all time, trilogies of all time.
Maybe it was because only one of the sisters did the movie.
Maybe was it really just one of them?
Yeah, just one. When the two of them. They did the first 3 together.
So they split, so we only had one mind.
One mind to really pull it all together. Maybe if you can picture that being as just half of the movie, you could be like, that makes sense.
Better. Yeah.
If this was just half of the movie, we need the other sister to get in there and finish the movie out.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But it was just weird. It was, to see them older too. Yeah. They didn't move the same. And the camera was too shaky.
I could tell it was gonna be ridiculous when Trinity was like back and
they had like a zombie mode. So Neil Patrick Harris could, like, him being the creator of the new Matrix, can do like a zombie mode, and all the humans around him, their eyes go black, and they just all like run at him like zombies. So he can control.
So do you think this was like a spoof? Do you think this was like a comedy, like one of those action comedy flicks that no one really?
It definitely wasn't comedy, but it was just stupid.
Dang,
I didn't like it.
So
Watch it anyway. Let me know what you think, Tony.
I might.
Dude, new Spider-Man.
Haven't seen it. Don't say anything. Shut your mouth.
So we just ruined it for everybody that hasn't seen The Matrix.
Well, it sucked.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I've never seen it. Now I don't really need to go see it.
Yeah, Spider-Man, though, golly, bro.
Gotta
go see that. Spider-Man has always been my favorite. Always been my favorite comic.
I gotta tell you, dude. I haven't seen the other Spider-Mans, like I said, since I saw the ones with Tobey Maguire.
What about Andrew Garfield?
I saw that one too. I think I only saw one of those.
The second was sick. The second one was good with Jamie Foxx as Electro.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that.
That one's good.
And then I saw the first of the third reboot, or whatever, with Tom Holland.
Right.
I didn't see the second one.
It's cool because watching
I feel like after Avengers Endgame, I just can't watch any Marvel movies anymore.
Yeah, because you feel like it's over.
It's like over.
It's not. It's like growing into something even bigger with all the TV shows and stuff coming out. It's leading up to a big moment.
Avengers Ultimate Endgame?
I don't know because, obviously in the comics, Thanos is not the only bad guy. There's always somebody bigger and better.
Who's more powerful than Thanos?
There's a lot of people more powerful than Thanos. Celestials are way more powerful. Galactus is more powerful.
I heard the Celestial movie kind of sucked, though.
Eternals, it was super long. I think that had a lot to do with it. It was just really long.
Yeah.
This is a really long movie. But it's cool to see, how it's supposed to come, how they came up and why they didn't help out in when Thanos came. Because, I don't want to ruin it, so...
Do you find that out in Celestial, or do you find that out in...
You find that out in Eternals, the movie Eternals.
That movie's been out for like a year, so you can say it.
Okay, so...
help out in India. I'm not going to see it because it was...
The Sentinels who created... Celestials who created the Eternals...
Yeah.
Told them they couldn't help. They can only help out if deviants are involved. And of course, Thanos has a deviant gene... But he's a Eternal from I forgot all the history on why they left. And anyway, there's more Eternals, and he has a deviant gene, which is why he looks different. But he's still really strong, really powerful. But he's a Eternal, but he has a deviant gene. So the deviants are just like these bad guys. So with just about as much power, so they couldn't help because he's Eternal. He can't kill. They can't kill another Eternal.
Well, dang.
Yeah.
So the new Spider-Man is dope, though?
New Spider-Man is cool. What I like about it is that each Spider-Man has their own style, the way they move, the way they swing. And I feel like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man has it the roughest. Like he was...
All right, well, chill. You're like getting into like spoiler territory here.
Okay, my bad.
So definitely...
I mean, just from watching all the other movies, he's got it rough. Yeah. Not just in this one movie. You know, how everybody pretty much dies in his life. You know, from the other movies. Yeah, you haven't seen the second one, so you got to watch the second one.
Well, now I don't because you just told me the second one.
Go watch it. You need to watch
Appreciate it, bro.
It's good. You got to check it out.
And then I saw that they're coming out with another Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. Like,
and the something multiverse, something.
Like Doctor Strange, like Ultra Strange or something. It's the title of the movie.
And he gets help from...
The Most Strange.
Yeah. Anyway, it's supposed to lead up to something crazy. I can't wait to see what it is.
I can't watch it anymore because there's no more Iron Man. You know
I feel like they could.
Or
Yeah,
Captain
no,
America.
there is no more Iron Man or Cap. What the heck?
I'm pretty sure there's going to be like no more Incredible Hulk just because.
Dude, that's who they did wrong.
They're all like old.
They did him so freaking wrong. Well, the Hulk is immortal, so.
No, I mean like Mark Ruffalo.
Oh.
He's like he himself is not immortal, so he's going to die.
Yeah,
so
yeah. As a person.
Yeah.
They just have to do CGI or just get a different actor. But that's what they did wrong. They made him look like such a bee, man.
Yeah,
he gets beat up by Thanos. He runs from it. He's a scaredy cat. You figure in Endgame he was going to come out and just do something super epic. Doesn't at all. Like
just zero.
He's the strongest guy ever. Like, how do you end it like that? That's the most I was most disappointed about.
I know he's my favorite superhero, as you can tell. I don't know if you can see. I got my Incredible Hulk ring in.
It looks good.
But he's my favorite guy just because I feel like all you want to do when you're mad is just power up.
Yeah.
That's why I love Goku and the Hulk. And he can like actually like just get more
stronger,
powerful the matter
There's
he gets.
nothing that can stop him. He's so OP, it's ridiculous. But in the MCU, he's a wuss.
Yeah, dude. Freaking wuss.
I know. And he got even weaker in freaking Endgame. Like when he got his own, he was stronger when he was Mad Hulk.
Yeah. Now he's like intelligent Hulk, so he's just
stupid.
Like now he's just a weak human big green dude.
Yeah.
Instead of being like the Hulk where he's like mad, like I'm angry, I'm gonna be rude.
Yeah.
Now he's just like the human but big and green.
It's stupid. They did him wrong, man. Now they're coming out with a She-Hulk.
Who's gonna play it, bro?
Gina Carano. I don't know.
Chris Cyborg.
Yeah, possibly.
Just paint her green like they did with that.
Oh yeah, the 70s Hulk.
Yeah.
Just paint him green. Who is that? What was that guy's name? Bodybuilder.
Man, I know his name.
Arnold.
No, not Arnold.
No, not Arnold. But I was thinking, hopefully that could trigger something.
Dude, I know who it is, but I just can't think about it in my brain right now.
Anyway, I know. Too much time off, dude. We didn't do anything last week. No Chatting Tuesday. No podcasts. You know, it's crazy. 2021's almost up, man. We got a week left of it. Goals for 2020, 2022, 2022?
2022.
What's your goal, dude? What's one of your main top goals?
I got a few goals. One of my main goals is my health in terms of like just better diet, but just taking care of myself better. And then I just got to figure out the steps.
I know exactly.
Have goals. You just got to know, like, you just got to have a plan to put it in place.
Yeah, and of course you're going nonstop. It's hard to like, you know, you're having to take care of the kids, get up super early in the morning, got to come here and work, and then to have to train on top of that. I can't imagine not sleeping, dude.
That's how you do it.
I literally woke up. Well, during training camp I do, but I don't. Like I woke up every day this week, like noon.
Yeah, that doesn't happen for me anymore. So that's like one of the struggles. It's like, dang, dude, I love going home and like watching a movie, watching a couple TV series, but we don't get home until about 8:30 because we don't get done teaching here until about 8. And then I got to chill for a little bit. And it's like if I want to do anything, I got to do it before the kids wake up. So I got to be doing it at about 5:30 a.m., which means I got to be going to bed by about 9 p.m., which means I got about 0 life in them. You know what I'm saying? So,
dude, it's crazy.
All that out,
kids, I mean? Bruh. You just bring them here to the school. Let them run around while you work out, while you get a training session.
I'm too much of like an OCD stress guy for that. I'm
what?
worried about them like every second.
Dude, they're like running around the cars. You can see them.
Yeah, but what if I'm getting there just like throwing up reps of 305 on bench and
305 on bench,
like getting her finger caught in a door somewhere? You know what I mean?
That'd be all right. That's what Grana's for, dude.
Well, she ain't getting up at 5 a.m. Come over here and work out.
That's true.
So you know what I mean? It's just one of them things. It's good to have goals. You need those goals, but you got to have a plan. So I'm in the process of creating a plan of attack.
Gotcha.
What about you, man? 2022 goals.
Oh, man. Win a fight, bro.
Jinx, bro.
Win a fight, dude. Win a fight in 2022. Had 2 this year, and I lost both of them.
You had 3 in 1 year.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Because you fought Jeff Neal 364 days before you fought Bilal.
I guess.
So that's technically in 1 year.
I guess.
So you were 1 and 2 in that year. Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, dude.
But win a fight, obviously.
Yeah.
Be a jiu-jitsu world champion. Mm-hmm. Be a 3-time All-American wrestler going back to college.
You never went, so you could still go back and be eligible and wrestle and stuff, man.
I know. Or just go to old Hillcrest High School and just wrestle those guys.
Yeah, start at the high school. Take it all the way back, dude.
Yeah. Start at high school level.
Start at the high school level. Mm-hmm. And then once you can like pin their top guy, then you can graduate to college.
Oh, my goal is to win a fight via submission.
You almost did, dude. You had him in that freaking guillotine, then you let it go like a...
Bro, my arms were dead, dude. I was trying to finish that. I heard him. He was going like... He was making some weird noises. And I was like, my arms are dead. He just like got out. My shoulders were done. Dude.
We knew it was locked in when he abandoned everything he was doing to get out of it. I was like, dang, he almost had that guillotine, but then you still lost.
It's so crazy how I don't think of stuff like that. Like in fighting, in training camp, I do all the time. I'm throwing up submissions left and right.
Unless you're like really training it and really practicing it, it's like what creatures have, like, you know what I mean? You got to have that training in there.
Yeah.
It's easy to say you're going to do this, this, and this, but unless you're just like, all right, like you're putting your mentality, your mindset in that specific moment, like you're in a cage and I'm going to do this, you're not going to do it.
No.
You have to train for that freaking moment.
There was so many things. I remember Dad telling me in that third round, all right, Steven, hit him with 1-2 knee. 1-2. I'm like, okay. Didn't do it one time. I was so exhausted. I knew that if I tried to throw a 1-2 jump knee, I was just going to make it so much easier for him to take me down because I would have thrown it so sloppy and slow.
Should have gone for it, though.
I know, man. I know it.
You gotta listen to your coaches no matter what, no matter how tired you are.
That way I can at least be like, see, Dad, I got taken down.
You can blame it on them.
Blame it on Dad. Dad, it wasn't your fault. It was all your fault. Yeah.
No, but get back in that win column.
Yeah. I want to win a fight via submission, dude. Go Plata.
You should be doing nothing but wrestling and jiu-jitsu forever.
Win it by gi choke.
Yeah. Choke them out with their own shorts.
My own shorts.
But so yeah, I mean, if you're speaking to the audience right now and they're creating goals for 2022, what's some advice? Got any advice?
Goals, people. Goals. Think of something that, number one, if you're single, you ain't got any honeys, obviously, make sure it's something that benefits you. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there who've got families and stuff, but I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Rerun that over. Start
yeah,
over.
maybe delete that part. Goals for 2022, like advice for people with goals. Okay, yeah. I think where I was going with that is do something that will help others. Where I was going with that, not just yourself.
Gotcha.
Right?
Because you said the exact opposite.
Yeah, the exact opposite. But I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Help somebody in your family, help somebody that that you're close to, or just some random person. Because there's nothing that makes you feel so much better than helping others. Nothing. I mean, I know obviously teaching and stuff, and we see it every day. People's life change through the martial arts and giving them that confidence and things like that. But helping others, man, there's no better calling or no better feeling than just seeing somebody smile. I can sit there and watch that stuff all day long. You know, you see these Instagram, the guys who go around and give these homeless guys, you know, money. You know, they go up to them and say, you got this homeless guy who just got 2 slices of pizza, right? And the guy comes up, hey, man, you know, can I get a slice? And the guy just gives it away like it's nothing. Like, here you go, man. Or this one guy, he was freezing. This kid was freezing in New York City, and this homeless guy comes up and just gives him a jacket off his back. He had a sweatshirt on. He gave him his jacket. Nobody else helping but this homeless guy. And it was just cool to see guys who don't have anything still giving stuff away because they know what it feels like. You know? I could sit there and watch that all day long. I think I'm about to cry right now, bro.
Don't do it, man.
I'm not going to do it.
So there you have it.
But do something that helps somebody else, man.
I like it.
I think that's great. I do it on a regular basis. Of course, I get paid for it, but it's still, I don't know, there's not another job that I would rather do than coming in here and changing somebody's life or put a smile on their face or having some kind of positive influence in their life, you know? Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
Oos.
Because you get that, you know, even years down the road, you get people DMing me and I see out and about, I don't even recognize anymore, but I taught them when they were younger and how much they appreciate it, you know? So it's really cool. Really cool.
There you have it. Help somebody else, guys. We appreciate you watching, listening.
Is it over already?
Over already. The final episode of 2021. The next time you'll be hearing from us will be 2022.
Yeah, man.
And
hey, dude, help us out with our goals, y'all. Let us know what you guys want to hear from us, want to see from us and our channel, Technique Tuesdays, whatever. Have us doing something. Mm-hmm. Let us know what you guys want to see, man. Sweet tea.
100%.
Always air fighting.
Oh, yeah,
always a pleasure. I'm not feeling good, guys. I've had the squirts for the past 3 days.
Yeah, bro. Come on now.
I've been letting them rip over here. You haven't been smelling them?
No. Thank goodness. Anyways, guys. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Love ya.
Catch you later.
Peace.